Yo, good morning. Welcome to Cloudy Thoughts. I'm your host, LoFi Monk. And man, we got a great show for you today. Be sure to catch us live on Friday nights, Monday mornings. We do this thing here on YouTube, but Friday nights we're everywhere. We're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all over the place. But yeah, be sure to check us out live. Check the podcast links in the description. Let me go ahead and get everybody out here. It's time for the LoFi birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Did I miss anybody? Hey, boom. Hey,
Yo,
yeah. Good
It's
morning,
Rude
fellas.
Diggity.
Real
diggity.
I thought I'd use my avatar in honor of your birthday, man.
Yeah, David couldn't be here because of, or Wilson couldn't be here because of
Small
technical
issues.
difficulties. We're gonna work that issue out though. So thanks
Those
for being in chat,
difficulties
Wilson.
are David Wilson. I swear those are the difficulties.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man. So how's everybody doing this morning, man? I am pumped because it's my birthday, and also there's just a lot going on, man. I got GFN up. I haven't got to play it yet. I can't wait to dig into the free game that I got. Was what was it, Evil Dead? I think it's still available too. You can go pick it up on the Epic Game Store. So yeah, gonna dive into that this week. Gonna dive into some more xCloud and Luna and that type of thing. But yeah, let's get this thing cracking. Let's talk about something interesting that happened on Xbox on Game Pass. Let's talk about this game, A Way Out SPG. What has happened to you and Wilson with this game?
So, as you know, the demise of Stadia has left us all reeling in a way of trying to game together. Well, the community banded together and we helped Wilson out. We got him an Xbox, and I thought, man, now we're going to game together because I've got Game Pass Ultimate. He's got Game Pass Ultimate. He's got an Xbox. Let's do this, man. So we found a game that is exclusively multiplayer, pretty much. You have to have a co-op companion for the game. It just so happens the game is called A Way Out, and it's a prison game. And we were going to have a very adult stream, and we were going to role play. We were going to get out of prison. I was going to find a way out. It just so happened to be
you can say here.
Okay, it just so happened to be through Wilson. Okay, well, I was going to trade it around like a pack of smokes until I found a way out of that prison. But sadly, this is the thing. Like, so I can download the game. I can install it. It's not on xCloud. So he's got an Xbox. He's got Game Pass Ultimate. I have Game Pass Ultimate. I installed the game. He installed the game. We can't play together. I have the PC version installed, and it is not like cross. I can't invite him to my game. There's no way.
The cloud
Is that
would
because
fix
it's
those issues?
Is that because it's not crossplay, or is that because you're in different regions? No, it's not. It's not crossplay. And the worst part about it is it's not on xCloud. So it's not like I could just jump over to the browser and then jump into his game just to be able to play. No, we can't play together at all. He's going to have to buy the game, or I have to buy the game for him. And we don't even know if it's even worth playing. It just was an interesting premise, you know?
It's a very good game. It is worth playing if you can get it sorted, but it was long before It Takes Two, which was their sort of follow-up co-op game to A Way Out. And it was when ecosystems were really closed. Like, no one was really allowing cross-play, so...
But
yeah, it's unfortunate, that one.
What's the point of Game Pass if I have to buy a game that's on Game Pass to play with my friend?
Now, that is interesting. I think that that's something that Xbox and Microsoft, they're going to have to work it out because Game Pass Ultimate...
They call that an engineered flaw. Like that's an intentional engineered flaw. Like, it's why they use proprietary hardware and screws on things. Like, it's the same
It's
concept,
not a flaw,
but
it's a feature.
Yeah, in a digital
it sucks.
ecosystem.
It sucks.
It doesn't help it's from EA, and EA is usually pretty bad about crossplay for the most part.
Yeah, I realize some companies are against it and don't implement it hardly ever. I get that. But anyway, so basically, I thought that this, Game Pass Ultimate was going to be a way to connect and play with most people. And it has been. It has been. This is one of the outliers that I found, but there's also others. Like, it's a little confusing. You can buy Halo Infinite on Steam. You can buy it on the Microsoft Store, and you can buy it on Xbox. Like, now, I bought it on the Microsoft Store, so I can seemingly invite anyone. They've just added co-op. It is a lot of fun, but it's just confusing on where you activate your games. Are they cross-play? All that stuff, man. I don't know. It just kind of sucks. Wilson's in a situation where I got to get him the game or wait for it to hit Game Pass or xCloud, the xCloud thing. I don't know, man.
It's really gonna it's gonna vary on the game. I think there's like 500 games available on like the console for Game Pass, but only around 350 I think are streamable.
Again, that depends on your region. Here in the UK, we've got just over 400 on xCloud, but we've got about 600 on console and a similar but different library on PC. It's one of those for me. Game Pass, it should have parity across all of the divisions. It should be the same wherever you're playing. There shouldn't be this case of, oh, I've just downloaded the exact same game as my friend on Game Pass, from Game Pass, to play with them, but because they're on different hardware, I can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have Game Pass, but we all have a different, like, that's what they've created here.
Yeah, so the solution would be either, like, I'm not interested in a console at all. But the solution would be me have a console to where, for in that instance, I could just download the game to the Xbox and then play it that way. I'm not interested in doing that.
But if there's enough games,
the plus point.
Well, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder what it like. Okay, so if they did do where Game Pass was the same across the board, then people will start to be like, well, then why do I have to buy this console if I can just jump into the cloud? And if I can just jump into the cloud, why does your cloud suck? Why aren't you adding? Why aren't you making it better? Like, that's maybe what they're trying to hold back. I'm not saying they can't make it better and that it's not good. I'm just saying, like, everything can be improved. You know,
if there's enough games that SPG can play with his friends, he'll buy a console.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, if it gets to the point where it's like make or break.
Yeah, if I run into 3 to 4 more instances, my brain's gonna go, just solve the problem, which is
and that's where I get confused, because I don't see how Microsoft makes money off of selling consoles, because they don't manufacture.
They don't. They sell the hardware currently at a $200 loss per console. That's the Series X. The Series S is worse and probably shouldn't be on the market anyway, because it's holding the generation back. A lot of people are saying.
It is, but a whole lot of people.
I would say the Switch, if anything.
Let me tell you, I wish I could have losses and spend $70 billion. So I don't think they're hurting that bad.
I'll give you.
They're not. They've got 1.9 trillion in the bank. It's not like they're going to be hurting at all. But
it's getting someone into that ecosystem. You know, it's like if you have a smart home, right? And you go, you know, the Amazon route or the Google route or like whatever's managing your smart home. Once you're in that ecosystem, you're kind of in it. You know, so like you pick up an Xbox. Even though Microsoft is losing money on that, you're in the ecosystem, and that's where they're going to make their money, you know?
Yeah.
Because they got you. They hooked you, you know?
I think another thing we have to take into account is I don't think there'll ever be 100% parity between, like, all of them, just because, like, PC Game Pass goes for games that, like, PC gamers would utilize, like RTSs, which typically won't have, like, controller layouts or a way for like a console player to play, and so there's like PC exclusive titles on Game Pass, and I think that's why
if you have the a PC person isn't going to want the console port or version on there. They're going to want to be able to mess with all the settings, and I definitely see that but it's just weird that it works that way, that I can't just invite him to the damn game. It's from the same service even. But I think he would have ended up, even if he bought it on Steam, he was going to have to turn around and play it on GFN with me.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even going to be playing it on Xbox at that point.
I think you're better going with their sequel, their follow-up.
I don't think this is like a platform specific problem either. I think this is like a problem in gaming. Like I was talking to Perp the other night. We were having a conversation about people's game saves from Stadia, and it's not Stadia. It's like you would have to make a deal with each one of these platforms for each game to be able to get your game saves off of some of these.
It's it's like each publisher. Yeah.
So it's not. This is a like
some
even that goes hand in hand with this. It's a problem in gaming.
Save file.
I mean, if Stadia didn't shut down, no one would need to deal with their save files. So
but it has to do with
it's a little Stadia fault.
Well, you get with generations as well when you jump
their IP, their code they own. You know, like
Like
I made
generational jumps when people want to go from one to the other, because there's people who've gone PlayStation to Xbox this time round, there's people who've gone Xbox to PlayStation this time round. They've not been able to take their save files with them. They should be able to. It's the same damn game, just on a different icon on the box. It's the same hardware generally. It's just a case of they don't want to put the effort in to do it. When you look at people like Bungie, where it's literally click a button, play anywhere, and it's dead easy, your save file just is automatically there. You do have to ask why others can't do it.
Well, Joe knows this from using Unity. Like the reason you use Unity, right, is because when you're ready to port your game out, it's a push of a button, and it's not like that with every IDE. It's not like that with every game engine. So that kind of a problem too.
Unreal Engine does it too, where you just pick which platform you want to port it, and it'll process it. But I mean, there's always like different troubles in different ways. I just think that specifically like games like A Way Out, it's a bit of an older title. I just don't think EA was like, let's make a streaming version for it, or it doesn't seem like it'd be a priority.
I think it was 2016 that one came out, wasn't it?
It's been a while for sure.
Yeah,
even Fortnite wasn't crossplay back then.
Yeah. This seems like an issue that needs to be coordinated, like from the top down, with like the main game engines out there, and with the publishers.
I
don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I think they need a scorched earth policy where games over 10 years just don't expect multiplayer. We're not giving it to you, and we're not going to support it. Like 10 years, like get over it, find a new game. I think they need to start doing that.
And the other thing you got to realize with a lot of these games, when they go to update them, they have to, in most instances, they have to go through a whole recertification process.
Yeah.
You know, like Steam's a different story, but let's say they've got a port on Nintendo Switch. They could literally change something in the UI, like a visual thing in the game, and the whole game has to get recertified. Like for performance, for everything, even if it's not something directed to the gameplay they changed.
Like we've seen it with Switch games before, where they've changed that one little thing in the UI, like you say, and they've got denied recertification, so they've not been able to push the patch out.
But it's not just Nintendo. I mean, that's Xbox.
Oh no, of course.
Follows that practice.
Yeah. Well, issues in gaming across the board, but you know,
Dead Island 2 got pushed back.
Let's Dead Island 2 did get pushed back.
Oh, that hurts.
I knew that was that. I knew
that was inevitable.
Everything got pushed back.
What, Skull and Bones?
Hasn't Dead Island 2 already been pushed back like 12 years?
Thank you.
Or something ridiculous.
What's
a few more months?
Yeah. What's a few more months?
What's the update on Talking Dogs, though? I wanted to.
Hey, I think they renamed it to Talking Shit.
Oh my
man,
that's a good one.
No,
Savage.
Clip. So, anyway, let's talk about some Game Awards stuff, man. Let's talk about Game Awards. Hold on, before everybody goes crazy, let's just go around the room, okay? Let's start with Maker. What's your opinion? What's your game of the year?
My personal game of the year has to be Elden Ring for sure, but I can just as easily see God of War Ragnarok winning it.
Nice. Okay. SPG, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. What's your pick for game of the year?
Man, I have to say, man, I am infatuated with Marvel Snap. I am. It's a mobile. It's basically a mobile game. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's got a proper chance. It's got a proper chance. It's that good.
Bro, it's addictive, man. And the way they've set up, I know they're going to change it all with, by the time it comes out, but the hook, there's a hook, man. And it makes you want to upgrade those cards. I can't explain it. It's just a lot of fun.
For me, the fact there's 0 microtransactions as well, it's not pay to win, it's play to win. You have to get good, you have to build your deck.
Now, right?
Yeah, you have to build your deck. You got to put the time in. And you got to learn the strategy or you're screwed
Is that because it's early access that it's not the pay to play?
As far as we know, it's the design of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm afraid for when it's released, but we'll see what happens. It's a great
we'll see.
game, though. It is great.
I don't get how I just keep winning, though. Like, there's no... I just continually keep winning, no matter even if I skip turns. I'm like, nah, I don't want to play this turn. I'll still win.
Well, some of that's a strategy is to skip your turn. You can't bank those points, though. That energy, you can't bank that, man.
Yeah, I wish you could bank
no, there
like
is
one...
times, though. There is times, though,
wizard.
where you've got this square on lock and you got this square on lock. They play one card and it swaps it all around. You play one card, now it's back in your favor, and you're like, "How? Wait a minute, how does it work that way?" Like, even if you think you got it, somebody will drop a card and you'll be like, "Wait a minute, that's not how that works." But yeah, it's an amazing game.
It's Gwent all over again, isn't it?
Yeah, Gwent, yes. I love Gwent.
The lead developer on it. The lead developer on it is the same guy that was on Hearthstone.
Oh God! Of course, it's going to be addictive.
Yeah. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's got the history to prove it. So like, you'll probably see an esports ecosystem. You'll probably see where I could challenge SPG or whoever. I mean, there's already a third party
whooping that ass, Joe.
There's a third party app you can use right now to track your win-loss rate, your matches, so you can go back through and review them and see, like, oh, well, if I played this instead, would I have won?
This is going to make no sense. It is the most simplest, complex game I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
Makes perfect sense to anybody who's touched it. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that your pick then, SPG? Marvel Snap for Game of the Year?
For real, for mine anyway. I mean, because I've got other games I could say, but I mean, none from this year really grabbed a hold of me, man. Really.
I voted for Marvel Snap. I'm addicted to it, and I love playing it. The people, you can look. I was
basically
just like
a mobile game.
Sitting there looking at it. I was like, and once you get into it, you're hooked. I'm just saying.
Yep.
And Ray becomes another person when he plays. He mean to people. He's talking trash, snapping emotes all over the place. Like, I don't know what happens to Ray.
I learned from Ray.
Something changes.
Started doing
it becomes a snapper, does he?
Yeah, you can bait some people.
I ain't doing that kind of snap now. Hold up now. I ain't doing that type of snap.
Like yelling, getting all loud on stream.
But Ray has owned a few people.
God, I haven't heard that dragged out since like 2013. Jeez.
I've been watching Joe. I've been watching SPG, and I've been watching their, seeing what moves and what they do. So I'll be ready for him.
So Joe, what's
Game Awards is rigged. Why was Complexity not nominated for Team of the Year?
And
Did Jeff come on the screen?
It is not a nomination.
Oh no,
for
that was
Game of
Ray.
the Year. I'm just talking trash. That's what I would nominate. It. It's not in there though.
I mean,
that was the question, wasn't it? What's your Game of the Year?
Yeah, what's your Game of the Year? Not what.
Year?
Yeah, not who. What would you pick out of their selections?
So Joe, what is your Game of the Year?
So I'm in the same boat as SPG, I will say. But for the Game of the Year category, because we've talked enough about Marvel Snap, I would like to see Plague Tale win. It probably is not, but I think from like a story standpoint and that type of thing, I don't know. I just think
it's a runner-up.
Wait a minute, Joe.
It's a runner-up.
Wait a minute. Was the Revenge of Shredder in the Game of the Year category?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
I definitely voted for that
what
one
I said
too.
then.
Yeah.
So I don't think I even have to ask, but I'm going to. Dorgon, what is your Game of the Year?
I would love to see Stray win it out of left field because it was such an emotional and good experience. But having just finished God of War Ragnarok, there is no experience that comes close this year. Even Elden Ring doesn't touch the sides of it. It is that good.
Damn.
Hashtag sponsored by PlayStation.
Didn't they copy and
Yeah.
paste that from?
No,
the
and I believe
game
you because it's a God of War.
before?
What'd you say, Ray?
Didn't they copy and paste that game though? Because that's
Then-
what it looks like. It looks
The
like
Hold on, didn't they copy and
Looks like
paste
copy and
Elden Ring
paste.
from Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro?
they made a beautiful, huge.
They made a
World.
buggy mess. They made a buggy mess on release.
Whatever. That game
I have
is
never
top-
played a game
top-
as bug-free, as
top-
comprehensive, and
top
cohesive as
top
Ragnarok.
game. Top game. I watched my man up top.
Man, I ran into
Ah,
bugs
thank you,
in
man,
God of
thank
War
you.
Ragnarok.
What
Granted,
game
it was
doesn't
very
have
few and far
bugs?
between.
I ran into 3 bugs, and they were all me pressing too many buttons and causing the PlayStation in game to throw
I
a
will
brain
not
fart.
I will not.
But they ended up
tolerate
UI
bugs.
elements on screen. It wasn't a case of
only
I
played
fell
Bethesda.
through the map or something, like Elden Ring, or
I-
bosses couldn't be beaten because there was a bug in the code. There was nothing like that in the game.
Look, boy, Elden Ring.
Unless you're Bethesda, and then the bug is the code.
The feature.
Well, yeah, that is Bethesda. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ray,
the-
what's your pick? Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say, man?
I was just gonna say to me, God of War Ragnarok was like a very good Marvel film. It was nice. It
Oh,
had a lot
don't
of,
sully
like,
it with
beats.
that shit. Sorry, Marvel is trash. Do not sully stories with that shit.
Hey, it was
Let him
it was
talk,
it,
let him
it was to me it was like watching Endgame. It was a great like sequel to the.
Just twist the knife, why don't you?
No, but listen. I know what
when
he's
when it
saying.
comes down to it, when watching the Oscars, it's not Endgame that wins the best picture of the year. And to me, Elden Ring transcended it. It was a shift to a new direction, open world Souls with new elements, being able to customize abilities on weapons, and all these different exploration elements that they added, where each dungeon felt unique. Each one had a specific item or something to get from doing this content. That I think a lot of people are going to vote for Elden Ring when it comes down to it. Even the people who are voting, the jury. I just think it's going to be a close one between that or Ragnarok, just because the voice acting and stuff in Ragnarok is top notch for a video game.
Elden Ring's a stunning experience. It's a stunning game. I can see the beauty of it. I can see why so many people enjoy it. It just doesn't strike a chord in so many categories for me, and one of those is the bug-free experience. One of those is the story experience. I don't like it when a story isn't front and center in a game. Sometimes it works for me, like in Returnal, for example, but there are games out there that I've finished and I still don't know what the hell I was doing or why, and I don't like that personally. So to have a strong narrative-driven game such as Ragnarok, where even your side quests are a strong narrative-driven experience, very characterful, very evolutionary and expanded upon from what came before, that's why it goes there for me.
Story-wise,
I would
I gotta
say-
bounce. My vote is Elden Ring. Absolutely pulled
in your
me
face,
in
bitch.
for 100 hours straight. God of War Ragnarok, I played about 2-3 hours at a first look. I still haven't gone back. So just personally, Elden Ring pulled me in day after day, and I did not play it day one. I played it after 1.6 patch. So that may be the difference. Guys, have a great show. Catch
right,
you
Thank you
later.
for jumping in,
Happy
Rudix.
birthday,
Rude.
Lo-Fi.
Later,
Thank you,
Rube.
sir. Thank you.
Roof. Dropped the mic and left. Boom.
Mic drop. He said Elden Ring.
Boom.
No,
Don't forget, Ray, this was a question about our personal game of the year. It's not
Yeah.
what's going to win
No,
game of the year category.
I think God of War has a record of
SPG,
being
you're
an
muted.
amazing game, but
muted.
I don't think
I'm
it's had a chance to get into everybody's mind with this one yet. You know what I mean? Like we all haven't had the chance to see it. Not everybody's had a chance to get their hands on it. So it has that kind of against it right now as far as for game of the year. But personally, I haven't even played Elden Ring, but just from watching other game streamers and stuff, Elden Ring's the only game that I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like this is an evolution again. Like they're doing something different I hadn't seen before, something new. And I mean, it's not just them. I mean, gaming across the board has gotten bigger, but that was the first game where I got goosebumps. I was like, that's what I'm looking for when I want to play a game. is something that's just gonna blow me away. And I know God of War can do that. I just haven't got my hands on it.
Well,
so.
to hear Dorgan say that God of War Ragnarok has a very compelling narrative is amazing, and I can't wait to check that out because my nephew bought a PS4 for God of War, and he played through the whole thing. I didn't play it myself, but I watched it while he played like a movie.
Yeah.
And the narrative and the story was phenomenal. I'm really excited to see where it goes, and to hear that it's just as compelling story-wise as the first one is amazing. I can't wait to check it out.
If you know anything about the Norse Eddas, so where the whole Ragnarok story comes from, that collection of like 46 poems or something, it's going to be a very surprising story for you because they've twisted it in that first game in 2018. They've twisted the way that the narrative works, the way that the mythology works, and to see how they take that and make Ragnarok happen with this new twist on that mythology, it's incredibly satisfying. But I think that's probably the biggest thing for me as well. It was that satisfying conclusion to the Norse saga, a story that I've been involved in and invested in for 4 years at this point, and a character I've been involved with for getting on for 20. To have such a satisfying conclusion to an aspect, an arc of their story, it has an emotional point of elevation as well.
I'll say this: the games that are up for nominations this year are amazing games. It's not like, that's an obvious pick right there. Like,
I would not be sad with any of them winning.
Right,
any of them win, and it's a good win.
Stray is my independent game of the year. I think
100%.
I played Stray. I think it's a beautiful job for a first time indie company. I love Stray. I love Stray, but going up against God of War and Elden Ring, I don't know. And Forbidden Horizon, man, I thought that game was going to do so good, but
it's a brilliant game. It's just it came out the same week as Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But they didn't know Elden Ring was going to be Elden Ring.
Right.
Of course they did. It's a Soulsborne game. They knew it was going to be Elden Ring. We've had 2 months of releases this year, February and November. Can we please spread releases out next year so that everything gets its time in the sun?
I agree.
No, I don't know. I really like all these releases happening right around my birthday. It's kind of perfect. So.
to me, Elden Ring's growth was just a sign of like it's what Souls has never been. You know, Sekiro didn't sell near as much as like Elden Ring did. In the first month, Elden Ring sold 13 million copies, and Dark Souls 3, their best-selling title, sold that in 4 years. So that shows you like the huge popularity boost that they got with Elden Ring. And it's nice to see more people try and actually experience like a Souls-like game. I even have a friend of mine who Elden Ring was their first one, and it's their game of the year as well. And granted, they didn't play Ragnarok. They did recently beat the 2018 one, and he still says if Ragnarok's anything like 2018, it's still not as good as Elden Ring.
I mean, I'm going to bring it full circle. If you want to talk by sales projections, I'd just like to point out that Marvel Snap made $11 million in its first 30 days. It's a mobile game. Made $11 million.
Yeah, runs on one of these.
Right, one of those. So, right.
I mean, to put it in perspective, Ragnarok made, I think, like
run on a potato.
18 or 20.
Yeah.
When it, like as of last week, it made 18 or 20 so far. So like sales, I mean, you have to remember who's on the jury panel, who's judging all this stuff. Sales are only like a small.
They got to break it down though, because there's a lot of indie games that are really good, and they can't. To put it up against a AAA game that sold a lot, I think they should break it down to like AAA, AA, indies, so everybody can get a chance.
Yeah, it should
there's
be like the
lot
minor
of
league, the major
gems.
leagues,
there's a lot of
100%.
A lot of games.
I completely agree.
Out there that are.
There's no way something like A Plague Tale can go up against Elden Ring in a fair fight. They're both exceptional games. They're both absolutely fantastic. But they are completely different experiences from completely different sizes and supported companies. There's no way they should be in the same category. I know we've had indie winners of Game of the Year in the past. We had Journey in 2012. We had It Takes Two last year. Both indie titles, both exceptional experiences that beat out some big stars, but they're the exception. the rule is generally, like, you look at 2020, it was basically a PlayStation showcase because they had Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us Part 2 dominating everything.
Yeah.
I can't remember any of the other nominations because those were in so many of the categories.
Talking about indies, we gotta mention Tunic.
That's a great point.
Tunic's beautiful. Honestly,
I gotta play it.
I love that one. I loved Stray as well. But for me, indie, I would, if I were to pick an indie, Vampire Survivors. It's just,
I love Vampire
Like
Survivors.
what?
Very
Out of
good.
nowhere.
Very
That
good.
game
I
of all
love-
things.
I like
that
Vampire
retro-
Survivors. but
it's just so
retro
addicting.
I won't make it indie. I won't make it my indie of the year, dude. Stray is, God, man.
Stray has some beautiful level
amazing.
design, and it's like visually and art direction, it's on point. I think with Stray, what really kind of irked me was the combat or the gameplay elements of it, where you're just, it's not a lot to it. It's very basic, and I feel like they probably could have done a little bit more with it. Maybe more puzzles.
It's a cat,
something a bit more
dude. It's a cat. What do you want? Laser beam shooting out his blood hole? What do you,
Bro,
what do you want?
Well, I mean, like,
He had
Look at the
better
look at
puzzles
the-
to get around.
Look at the
stuff,
fascination
you know?
of cats on the internet, though.
The
Like,
fact that the
it's
cat
something
had a
about
torch to take these things out.
Thank you.
Like, how does a cat use a torch? He has no opposable thumbs.
It's a cat.
It was the robot on top of him. Really,
It's a
that was doing
cat.
that.
Just run away very quickly. This is what cats do well. I know. I have two of them. They run very quickly away from me.
The puzzle solving with the cat. That was.
Hey,
just the
animals
atmosphere
sell
was awesome.
games. Okay, even talking
That it
ones.
did.
Yeah, they do.
I need to play Tunic.
Had to
I
come
need
full
to go
circle.
play Tunic.
Sorry.
I haven't played
Yeah,
Tunic.
Tunic's
I
like
remember.
it has those Zelda vibes, like the
Yeah.
old Zelda. You know,
What the hell?
It's
Xbox?
such a fun game.
What happened to Xbox? Xbox got no love in this damn award show.
That's
Not at
because
all.
Xbox have no games. They've literally released 0 games in 2022,
Oh man!
It's not true.
and they're releasing
came
0
out-
games until the middle of 2023.
well, now they own everybody, so every
Yeah,
game's gonna be
I
released. By
remember when
Every game's an Xbox game.
Psychonauts 2 was nominated, and it didn't
Psychonauts
get,
2 was nominated last year.
Yeah, I know, and it didn't get anything, and I was like, damn, I liked it.
Yeah,
A lot of people didn't like it.
That kind of sucked.
I thought it should
That
have
was
something.
up there with It Takes Two for me last year.
I don't remember
Um,
what category Scorn is in, but I think they have a shot. If it's
Art
art
direction?
design, yeah, I think
direction.
Scorn has a shot.
I gave Plague Tale
An
for
amazing puzzle
narrative.
game.
I love the story, the music.
Plague
is
Tale story's
amazing.
really good.
Yeah, so that got narrative, and yeah, that's my runner-up for Game of the Year. Yeah, it's my runner-up to Elden Ring.
I think there's a lot of really good games this year. Last year was kind of like a slump where there wasn't too many, bigger titles.
Yeah, you had basically Halo and Returnal going head to head, didn't you?
We're still
Well, they
waiting
weren't
for
even
most of the
nominated
large.
for anything.
Like we're still waiting for most of the large
Halo
games they
is-
announced right before COVID hit. To be honest,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
whole bunch, man.
Like, where on earth is Starfield?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
They're ironing out the
I
bugs
see Zelda.
with a 40-pound iron.
But by
Next year's a
ironing out the
juggernaut.
bugs,
I think Zelda's gonna do some major stuff.
I think,
Major
yeah,
stuff.
Zelda's definitely
Zelda-
gonna be up there.
Kingdom's got
Final
next year
Fantasy
on lock.
16.
That's a lock to win, probably, man. For
I was
most
considering buying a
anticipated or-
Switch just to play Zelda.
You know the most
Come on, let's be
exciting thing
real.
about this?
They-
You know,
they're
I miss
already
Mario
winning.
and Zelda. They're probably getting $200 of my money so I can get some damn Zelda and
Yeah,
Mario
I'm
in
gonna
my
put that
life.
Stadia refund to work.
That's right.
what were you saying though, Maker?
Oh, just next year stacked. Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, Breath of the Wild 2, or Tears of the Kingdom is what it's called now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the next
Forspoken. What is it? Forspoken.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 is coming out next year.
Nice.
Yeah, that Obsidian game is coming out. That
What's
first
that?
person RPG.
What's that? Wu
I don't
Tang,
know if that
Wukong,
one's coming
Wu
out,
Tang
but-
ain't nothing to fuck
Oh,
with.
it's not?
What's that?
Man, I wish it was a Wu-Tang coming out.
There's just a lot of games next year, especially with
We lost the Dorgon.
Resident Evil 4 remake, Dead
Yeah,
Space
Cat figured
remake
out how to
coming
use
out
the Bluetooth.
next year as well.
Good shout.
So
No,
there's a lot of big games coming out.
You know the most exciting thing about this one is that They get to actually have one. Oh, he's back. We'll get him back. Where's he at?
He's waving in the back right now. He's waving. Waving.
I don't know what's
waving.
going on. It's not showing you for me to bring you back.
Hey, change browsers, oil up, and come back.
Yeah, you might have to try it again, brother. Sorry.
You got dirty browsers.
Sometimes you got to oil up to get in the back room.
Oh
No, but
Just
I mean,
accept
like,
cookies. It'll be fine.
That sounded awful. My bad.
I know.
but during the pandemic, they weren't able to actually have, like, I guess they did it online, but this time they're actually gonna have an event, right?
Yeah, but I wonder how much with everything going on in like big tech, which includes the video game world and everything else, because they're also like laying off people and stuff, like how spectacular is the event going to be? Because, they start cutting budgets and things like that. Where, okay, we could scale this thing way back because we've proved we could do it virtually and it'd be successful. So like,
Yeah, y'all want
to do that again?
Y'all want to vote for Game of the Year in chat? Let me put up a vote, man.
Yeah, I agree
Shout
with you,
out
man.
to
I don't know how
Elden
compelling
Ring is
showing
so
up in
boring
person
to
is going to
me.
be for people.
Right.
Well,
Sean,
I'm hoping that, because like the person that's running it this year is supposed to be the guy that runs, I think, PAX and some other type events. So I'm hoping that they reinvigorate E3 to be something, that might be enjoyable to go see. But we'll see what happens.
Let me get
Fair
these into the. I'm starting up a poll. You guys, go ahead. Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
I
let's
can't
be
fit
honest.
everybody
The Game
in,
Awards
so-
at the end of the day is really like it's a gigantic
It's-
advertising session at the end of the day. Really, I mean, yeah, there's some
Yeah.
awards, but it's here's what we want you to give us money for next year or in the future.
A lot of it's voted by a bunch of outlets, so it's a lot of like Verge and GameSpot and IGN. These people are voting on who's going to win. It's not necessarily a popular vote, so it's not based off of like
It's a media vote.
the entirety of gamers. It's a media vote.
And some of these media outlets don't like their gaming coverage is garbage. Like go to what's it, the Canadian outlet? I think it's like the CBC.ca or whatever. It's like the NBC. It's like their national news network, and like go on their website and in the search bar type gaming, and like every news article they do, it's like just very like meh, like not. It's
I
about
don't know
like
why
the
Oregon's not
microeconomy and
showing up.
esports, which is cool and interesting, but it's not. There's like not one game review on their website.
It
And
might
they're a
be
judge.
something on my end, Oregon.
You know?
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
I just
it's
got
not
in my
showing you in
email.
the back.
Google Play just updated their terms and policies starting December
You're gonna keep those Google
21,
Play points.
22.
Let's get those votes in.
Yep. Wow.
I should probably vote on that shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
go
oh,
ahead.
oh.
Y'all can vote. Vote.
I'm voting right now. Yeah. Boom.
Everybody in chat, go ahead and vote. Sorry, Dorgon, I don't know what's up. It's probably like something to do with my browser or something. Not refreshing.
But I think next year is going to be a fun time to be a gamer.
Actually,
and I'm looking forward to it.
if you promise to vote for Elden Ring, I can get you.
There it goes.
Like,
There you are, bro. Sorry, man.
Nothing to do with your end at all, mate. My internet decided, nope, I'm not working for 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
It happens.
Yeah, mine does that. It happened to me at the end of the show on Friday night, and everybody got a little glimpse to the backstage with SPG.
Yeah, man. I'm like, hey, man, I gotta go help my wife with the groceries. And Primo's like, dude, go help your wife with the groceries.
Go do your job.
Yeah, it started kind of getting choppy for me, and I was like, oh, I got just a few seconds left. Maybe I should just end it. And then I dropped.
Come on, guys. No love for Stray. Elden Ring and Plague Tale is tied. Come on,
All right.
God of War, 14%.
Well,
Come on, guys.
I think that's everybody. Can we get another? We got a tie, man. We got to break that tie. So share this stream out, tweet it out, get somebody else in here to break that tie, man. You can't end the show on a tie.
Wilson
We
mentioned
can. We
Immortality.
totally can. It's sort of Says how good both games are, doesn't it?
Vet Cloud Gaming says Stray is the dumbest game ever, Ray. Sorry, bro. Just because you strangled cats when you was a young kid, and you put them in Ziploc bags. You was on that Netflix. When you on that Netflix? No, I'm just playing.
LoFi, can you ban Vet for that comment,
please? Let me tell you, Vet is a cold. We played Red Dead Redemption 2, and I seen him. A dog came up to me, and he shot the dog. And I'm like, "Why did you shoot?" You know what? Never mind.
You say that. You do it in every game, don't you? Like an animal comes up to you, you attack it, and when the chicken explodes, you feel really bad.
He gets out killing NPCs, man. Something wrong.
Yeah. Skyrim is his game, then, eh?
Exactly.
I plead the fifth, he says.
Yeah. There's no defense over here, mate. I'm sorry, I can't accept that one.
What the hell? No. Come on, people.
That's
we cannot have.
I would just like to point out Plague Tale's winning.
We cannot have Plague. How many devices do you got, Joe? How many devices you got?
I got my computer. That's it. That's all I got.
You got tablets. You got your phone.
You can only vote once on your account.
Probably got a watch.
You can only vote
Bro,
once.
you want to hear something?
Have you ever tried watching YouTube on a watch? It is the worst experience on the planet. Never mind trying to vote on it.
Man, one time I was I was working on a job like way out in the middle of nowhere, and we had these little camper trailers to stay in on the job site, right? So me and my boss, we would just wake up in the morning and I would ride in his truck to the job site, and we'd ride back together. Well, one day we were riding back from work and we decided to go to like the convenience store and grab some supplies and stuff like that. We're driving back to the camper or whatever, and we're just talking to each other, having a good old time, not paying attention because it's a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. Well, we're talking to each other and all of a sudden we see a fluff of feathers just over the whole windshield. We had accidentally hit a chicken.
Oh my day. Best one I've seen. I was on a bus coming back from college, which is like your end of high school thing in the US, you weird crappy setup. Coming home on the bus, and this pigeon just flew straight into the front of it, like, absolutely just flat splattered it, wings splayed everywhere. And it did the whole slide down the front of the bus very slowly.
Oh my god.
But then we all looked out behind and it got up and flew off. The damn thing flew headlong into the bus, fully like splay eagled on it, and then got up and flew away.
He made it. He made it though.
He made it.
Wow.
That's the important part.
That's one hardy pigeon.
Yeah, that chicken didn't make it. That chicken did not.
Yeah.
But hey man, no problem, Joe. You want to tell the people where they can catch you at?
You can find me at It's Just Joe on YouTube, streaming at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Some Marvel Snap.
We love it. We love it. Game of the Year, Marvel Snap. Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right, gents. Y'all have a good stream.
Peace out. I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll, and we're gonna announce the winner here from the
It looks
chat.
like it's gonna be a Plague Tale.
Yeah, by a lot.
It just goes to show, doesn't it? Like the audience matters.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, obviously, this audience, Plague Tale is way ahead.
Yeah, Plague Tale. I can't show it on screen, but Plague Tale received 59% of the votes. Elden Ring.
Holy
at 22%.
heckers! Yeah.
God
that's
War
really
at
not clear.
18%. That was right behind Elden Ring, and Stray got no votes. Oh yeah, I appreciate you, Cowboy. Thank you, sir. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, man, but I get, dude, it's up in the air. What's gonna be is it gonna be God of War, Elden Ring, Stray?
I think
Horizon?
from the Game Awards one, because it's Jeff Keighley and he has a bit of a history with it. I think it's going to go to God of War with the Game Awards one. With other ones, because there's 250 different Game of the Year awards trophies that get handed out every year. I think it's going to be a very, very even split between those two games, and a few will throw a curveball in. I think Stray will win a couple. I think Plague Tale will win a couple. But I think overall it's going to be like a fairly equal win percentage for Elden Ring and Ragnarok.
Yeah. Either way, I'm sure we're all going to be in a Discord somewhere watching live as it all goes down.
To me, it all comes down to the jury. What do they see as what's more important? You know, Elden Ring with its gameplay and its kind of world design, and then God of War with its narrative and its like voice acting and the performance is just an amazing performance.
Right. So, I imagine they have like a score sheet where they go through each thing, and I don't know. I'm sure it's easier than I'm sure there's more in depth to it than what we're doing here, where we're just like, I like this game.
No, I think you're completely missing how most of these awards work. It is what felt best, what was your favorite, what elicited the most emotion from you on most of the awards. Game Awards this year, it is all voted for. They will have a say, the panel will have a say in the final game of the year, but every other category is voted for by the public, which is probably one of the better ones, but it's only your hardcore gamers who then vote in that. You won't get those people who go out, buy these games, really enjoy them.
I thought the popular vote only counted for 10% of it, and then player's choice was 100% of the public.
There wasn't a player's choice option this year, I don't think.
I know they had one last year, and I believe
they had one last year, which is 100% what you said. But let me have a look, see if we've got a player's choice.
This is what I had read.
So the categories we've got are Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Art Direction, Score and Music, Audio Design, Performance, Games for Impact, Best Ongoing, Best Indie, Best Action, Best Action Adventure, Best Role Playing, Best Fighting, Family, Sim, Sports, Multiplayer, Content Creator, Best Debut Indie, Best Adaptation, Most Anticipated Game, Best Esports, Best Esports Athlete. So there's no crowd choice this time round. So they've changed it up again.
Actually, on the Game Awards website, there is a player's voice section, but it's grayed out right now. So I'm assuming closer to the
or
event,
on the day itself. Yeah, makes sense.
So let's just we'll definitely put a pin in this, and we'll come back to it as we get closer to the Game Awards. I want to say that this is a holiday week here in America, pretty much. It's Thanksgiving. So Thursday is Thanksgiving, so that means Friday we will not be doing a Cloudy Thoughts, but I probably will be on doing the game stream. So if everybody wants to join me, I'll be here.
What do I vacuum my house to on a Sunday if you don't do a Friday show for me?
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm saying we'll think there'll be something on my channel for you.
No care.
That's turkey and football.
So I think SPG's still on the phone. Ray, you want to let the people know where they can find you at?
Tonight, guys, on Ray 3473, the game is Cyborg, I'm going to be playing some Vampire Survivor, which is nominated for Indie, Best Indie Game. So, 10 p.m. Pacific time. Happy birthday, LoFi. And
thanks,
the panel
sir. Thank you.
And the chat was awesome. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Dorgon, where can the people find you, and what are you going to be up to?
You can find me all around the internet at Doragon86, including that new Hive social thingamabobber who's a what's it Twitter clone, which is actually better because it's got an edit button, but hey ho. I am halfway through editing a review video, hopefully having it out within the next couple of weeks. I do longer reviews, so they take a little bit longer to edit. But otherwise, the big one today is happy birthday, Lo. Thank you for the last year on YouTube. Thank you for you being you, and thank you for having us every single week.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you to everybody in the chat that came by, all the birthday wishes here and on Twitter, and my friends. Thank all you guys. Maker, what are you going to be up to? I know you don't really content create, but you're around. You're doing things. You're in the community. What's going on?
We get the Dr. Spaceman show with Ray later today, and I might try and sneak in a little bit of God of War on my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/makerofchaos12. And I'm just doing side quests. I was able to complete the game last week, and just want to fully complete the game, try the side quests, and see how those are.
Good luck with the Ravens, my boy. Good luck with those Ravens.
I'll probably skip those. I'll mostly go for the bosses. The bosses are the big thing because I love the Souls type games, so I love a challenge. So I want to see how those are.
That final Valkyrie.
Oh
what
man,
a boss battle! What a boss battle!
At least the 2018 one was
pretty good, huh? Yeah. All right. Well, man, thanks to SPG. I think he's still on the phone, but you can find him on his channel, Simply Pwned Gaming. He's going to be playing some Halo Infinite.
Yeah, he's playing Halo with me, David D. Wilson, and Dismal. We'll be playing
I'm
that.
sorry.
If Wilson sorts his technical issues out.
Dude,
/ him issues.
Small ping issues, bro. Small ping issues.
Well, I appreciate it, everybody. You can catch me playing some GFN, some xCloud, and some Luna this week. And man, have a happy Thanksgiving. Good holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Green
I'm
Ranger.
supposed to say happy
Green
holidays.
Power Ranger.
No, Jason!
I just want everybody to know I'm not.
I legit
down
cried
for
at
the
that
holiday.
yesterday.
I'm gonna be here. Oh, what?
Yeah, when we heard the news of Jason David Frank yesterday, I legit cried.
Yes,
Dude.
Yeah, a moment of silence for the Green and White Ranger, man. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's weird being part of that world as well, having been in Power Rangers. Like, even when you don't meet members of the cast, they feel quite familial. You're totally connected to them, and it sent shockwaves through that community. Like, we were all very, very taken aback yesterday. So if anybody out there is ever feeling low, unappreciated, whatever the case may be, reach out somewhere, somehow, make a phone call, even if it's just to a friend. It's better with you in the world.
Check on your strong friends sometimes too.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, on that note, be sure to catch me and the rest of the guys throughout the week. Like I said, not shutting down, just I'm gonna be here, so come and hang out with me if you need something to do during the holiday week. And
put some money in his coffee, guys. He's got coffee.
Well, he hasn't got coffee. That's the problem. He needs coffee. Give him money to buy coffee.
Give him some coffee, folks.
Some birthday coffee. Anyway, guys.
Birthday coffees.
Thank you so much. Appreciate all you. Peace out, guys.
Peace.